Anna Duggar has reportedly faced rejection from local law enforcement authorities, igniting a swirl of controversy, speculation, and emotional tension. The announcement emerged quietly at first, but within hours it had erupted across social media platforms, news outlets, and fan communities, each dissecting the situation with a mix of incredulity, concern, and curiosity. Known for her composed public demeanor, Anna now finds herself at the center of a narrative that blends personal vulnerability, institutional authority, and the relentless scrutiny of public life. This is not merely an administrative setback. It is a situation charged with emotional intensity, public visibility, and social resonance, capturing attention far beyond her immediate circle and highlighting the intricate pressures faced by high-profile individuals in moments of personal and legal confrontation. At the core of this story is a broader theme: the collision of individual agency, institutional authority, and public perception. Anna Duggar, as a member of one of America's most scrutinized families, navigates a complex social and personal landscape where private challenges are rarely insulated from public observation. Being denied or rejected by law enforcement amplifies the tension between personal responsibility, societal expectation, and the structural authority of civic institutions. The situation illustrates how seemingly routine interactions with law enforcement can evolve into highly charged public narratives when they involve figures under constant public observation. It is a confluence of control, procedural rigor, and emotional vulnerability, each element magnified by the relentless gaze of both media and fan communities. The timeline leading up to this incident reveals a subtle but escalating sequence of events. According to reports, Anna had engaged with local authorities regarding a specific matter that required official review or approval, though details remain deliberately vague due to privacy concerns and ongoing procedural review. Early indications suggested that the interaction began as standard administrative communication, but as procedural clarifications and compliance measures were raised, tensions began to mount. Observers noted that Anna appeared increasingly anxious and cautious in her public engagements leading up to the reported rejection, hinting at an underlying stress that would later manifest in this critical moment. These early warning signs underscore the delicate balance between public composure and private concern, particularly for individuals accustomed to life under intense scrutiny. The rejection by law enforcement marks a climactic point in this evolving story, introducing both practical and emotional complexities. From a procedural standpoint, such a denial may involve assessments of compliance, eligibility, or other regulatory considerations. However, within the Duggar narrative, the implications extend far beyond bureaucracy. They strike at the intersection of personal agency, family dynamics, and public reputation. The emotional impact on Anna, as sources suggest, has been significant, involving feelings of frustration, helplessness, and a heightened awareness of public perception. The narrative, therefore, unfolds not just as an institutional interaction but as a human drama where authority, expectation, and vulnerability collide. Family dynamics in the wake of this rejection have also come under close observation. The Duggar family, characterized by tightly coordinated oversight and interdependent relational structures, faces unique challenges when individual members encounter institutional setbacks. Decision-making processes, emotional support, and strategic communication all come into play as the family navigates both the practical consequences of the rejection and the potential impact on public image. Analysts note that the dual pressures of private concern and public scrutiny can amplify stress and create complex layers of emotional negotiation, particularly when familial loyalty and reputation are central to the unfolding narrative. Public reaction has been immediate and intense. Social media platforms have been flooded with commentary, ranging from expressions of support and empathy to speculation about the reasons for law enforcement's decision. Analysts and commentators have pieced together timelines, reviewed prior statements, and debated potential procedural nuances, all while attempting to contextualize the incident within the broader Duggar narrative. This heightened attention underscores a recurring theme in the Duggar saga: that private events involving family members often take on public symbolic significance, inviting widespread interpretation, judgment, and emotional investment from audiences around the world. The narrative arc of this event mirrors a classical dramatic structure. Early signs of stress and procedural engagement establish the exposition, while the escalation of tension during the interaction with law enforcement sets the rising action. The rejection itself serves as the climax, a point of maximum emotional and social intensity, after which the unfolding consequences, family deliberations, public statements, and social reactions constitute the falling action and denouement. Each stage reinforces the interplay between personal experience and public visibility, highlighting the multidimensional pressures faced by individuals under constant observation and societal expectation. From an analytical perspective, this incident invites a deeper examination of authority, compliance, and perception. Rejection by law enforcement is not merely a personal setback. It represents the intersection of civic responsibility, procedural rigor, and social signaling. In Anna Duggar's case, the added dimensions of familial prominence and public scrutiny transform a standard administrative outcome into a story rich with narrative, symbolic, and emotional significance. The convergence of private frustration and public speculation exemplifies the challenges faced by high-profile individuals navigating the legal and social dimensions of modern life. Emotionally, the story resonates with themes of vulnerability, resilience, and agency. Anna's experience reflects the human dimensions of frustration, uncertainty, and the desire for autonomy within structures of authority. Her navigation of these pressures, especially within the heightened visibility of her family's public presence, highlights the emotional labor inherent in managing both personal setbacks and public interpretation. Analysts and commentators note that the confluence of institutional denial, public attention, and familial dynamics creates a uniquely intense psychological environment, one that tests both personal resilience and relational cohesion. Socially, the incident illustrates broader dynamics of perception and narrative construction. Within the Duggar universe, interactions with authority are never purely procedural. They are imbued with relational, symbolic, and performative significance. Family statements, social media engagement, and public commentary function as both information dissemination and image management, reflecting a dual imperative to inform audiences and maintain composure. Anna's experience, therefore, operates simultaneously on multiple planes. As a personal challenge, a familial concern, and a public narrative, each influencing the other in a continuous feedback loop of perception and reaction. The broader implications of this rejection extend to the interplay of autonomy, oversight, and public scrutiny. High-profile individuals such as Anna Duggar must navigate an intricate landscape where private actions are continuously interpreted and evaluated, where family expectations intersect with institutional procedures, and where public attention amplifies every emotional and procedural nuance. The story underscores the delicate balance of exercising personal agency while adhering to institutional norms and managing the social consequences of visibility. As the situation develops, the cascading effects of this rejection will likely continue to influence family interactions, social perception, and personal decision-making. Subsequent responses, whether through direct statements, social media engagement, or private familial deliberation, will contribute to the ongoing narrative, shaping both public interpretation and internal family dynamics. Analysts anticipate that the interplay of authority, perception, and emotion will remain a central theme, reinforcing the enduring tension between private autonomy and public accountability. Ultimately, Anna Duggar's rejection by law enforcement exemplifies the intersection of vulnerability, authority, and visibility. It is a story rich in emotional resonance, procedural complexity, and narrative tension, illustrating the pressures faced by individuals whose private experiences are inevitably filtered through the lens of public scrutiny. Each moment, from the initial procedural interaction to the unfolding family and public responses, carries layered significance: a personal impact, a relational dynamic, and a public narrative. The story captivates because it reflects the extraordinary challenges of managing personal setbacks under observation, highlighting the enduring interplay of autonomy, oversight, and societal perception, leaving audiences reflective, empathetic, and acutely aware of the persistent complexities that define life in the Duggar sphere.